For an update on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akirjada joins us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning
Aaron.
to you, Tundum. Good morning to you, Doctor.
Morning.
Good morning to you, Rufai. Now, let's start it off from the UEFA Champions League. And Liverpool had to hold their breath yesterday. They had a massive scare as Villarreal literally turned the tie yesterday with two massive goals, but ultimately crumbled under the pressure in the second half as Liverpool actually won the game on aggregate 5-3. And Diaz was the turning point for them when he came in the second half and actually turned it around literally for the Reds. Right now, Liverpool are looking at another finals, the third in 5 years. And that shows the dominance of Mohamed Salah and the gang in global football at the moment. For Sadio Mane, it's been a very defining season for him. Right now, he has actually topped Didier Drogba as the man with the most goals in the UEFA Champions League as an African, 15. Drogba had 14, the likes of Salah, 11, Samuel Eto'o Fields, 10, and don't forget Adebayo, 7. While Jurgen Klopp has actually equaled the record of Sir Alex Ferguson, Carlo Ancelotti, Marcelo Lippi, to have arrived in the finals for the 4th time. Let's see if he will be able to win it another time again. Let's see how it goes. Remember, he got to the finals of the Champions League against Bayern Munich with Borussia Dortmund some 5 years ago. Now, away from that, let's talk about tonight. The thriller that is expected between both teams, of course, 13-time winners of the UEFA Champions League, the Los Merengues, the Los Blancos, as they're lightly called. Real Madrid will be going against the finalists of last year and will be hoping to do a step better. Last year, they lost against Chelsea in the finals, and they will be hoping to get to another finals, back-to-back finals. But standing in their way is Real Madrid, who are actually bolstered by the fact that they won the league over the weekend, rested players, and we know that Liverpool will be in the finals. Who will be matching Liverpool head-to-head in Paris is left to be seen. It ended 4-3 last week at the Etihad Stadium, but this time around, it's a different ball game. It's winner takes all. Let's see if it will be Real Madrid or Manchester City playing in the finals of the UEFA Champions League. Now, away from that, off-air, we're talking about this. At the moment, Roman Abramovich seems to be reneging on his promise to write off the loan, the £1.6 billion loan he had given to Chelsea to bankroll the team in buying players and ensuring that there was a massive structure and a massive haul of trophies in the club right now. And that has actually thrown the entire bidding process and thrown the entire sale of Chelsea into a huge conundrum, because at the moment, 1.6 billion is not something you just write off. We know Jim Ratcliffe is in pole position with 4.25 billion to actually acquire the club. And right now, the UK government are going to challenge Roman Abramovich, because the question has always been, where will some of these monies go to? And they've been talking about the fact that if Abramovich gets the money, initially Abramovich said he would ensure that part of the money goes to those who have suffered great losses in Ukraine. But right now that he has spoken about the fact that he is not going to be writing off that £1.6 billion loan, that means that £1.6 billion loan should be going to his company. And that has changed the dynamics completely. All right, away from that, some tennis news, and I must actually say that Emma Raducanu yesterday struggled and ultimately lost in the Madrid Open, and there were talks that she wasn't entirely fit, that she was only 5% fit yesterday, and that didn't really bode down well for her. She needs to, certainly she will be gathering herself together, trying to get fit as we get into the Grand Slam season. Away from that, let's also talk about Andy Murray. Novak Djokovic against Gael Monfils. Novak Djokovic yesterday dispersed Gael Monfils, and that meant that he will be playing Andy Murray for the 37th time. And everyone seems to be excited about that particular match in Madrid. And the Madrid Open certainly are poised to see great guys go against each other. And who will come out tops is left to be seen. But I must say that for Andy Murray, it's been really a comeback for him, understanding that he's been left for dead time and time again. As far as you always say, he cannot write a man off. And he has been fantastic on tour in Madrid, and he will be going against world number one. Whether he can hold his own in this 37th meeting is left to be seen. Now, let's move away from that. Tundu, I must say that, first of all, look, let's talk about the NBA playoffs that is heating up and the Boston Celtics ensuring that they actually clawed back the deficit and actually equaled it with the Bucks, of course. Jaylen Brown getting career high points of 30 points in the game. And for the West, of course, one man, Ja Morant, once again showing that he has so much in his locker against the Golden State Warriors. All right, the East and the West are still heating up as we speak. But speaking about basketball, the U.S. State Department has finally spoken about this lady, Brittany Griner, and they have said that she has been wrongfully detained. And they have come out to speak about it. We have spoken about the fact that the government had not spoken about her. She's been there for close to about 2 months right now. And they're speaking that because that's what happened shouldn't have happened. And she's been wrongfully detained, and they're still doing everything possible to ensure that she's being freed. We're happy that the U.S. government is speaking up and that hopefully they can actually resolve this issue. Remember that she was actually stopped when she was searched, and they found vaping cartridges containing cannabis oil, and that led to an arrest, and it's been just an unfortunate incident ever since.
My heart really goes out to her. You know, this is the worst time possible.
Yes.
She's going to be used as a pawn, obviously. But I'm glad that finally there's been some traction. You know, we've talked about it on here before, just the deafening silence, which I found extremely unfair. But what's going to happen with Chelsea? Because if Roman Abramovich decides to sort of dig his heels in, what will happen to the team? They're going to be turfed out of the Premier League, aren't they?
That's the biggest fear, that going into next season, they might not have enough finance to actually bankroll next season. So at the moment, Abramovich has found, I'm sure his lawyers have been looking for loopholes. They found the loophole to actually delay this particular sale because he's asking for money. Remember, he's been sanctioned, and that means that all his assets have been frozen. That means we've spoken about the fact that there are rumors that he's been short of cash. And this is an opportunity. It is his money, 1.6 billion. He loaned to the club to ensure that they buy players, to ensure that they run the club successfully. He had actually sold his yacht at a certain point in time. That was back in 2008 when the financial crutch was heavy. And he has done so much for them. So if he decides that he wants his money back, he has every right to do that. The government said they will fight.
I agree with you on Brittany Griner, that she's likely to become a pawn because of the timing. But it is also good that she's getting a lot of support.
Yes.
The State Department has now said that the Office of the Presidential Envoy on Hostage Takers and also Hostage Affairs, and also a group of agencies will now engage the Russians, saying that, look, this is a case of hostage taking, and she's been wrongfully held by the Russians. Well, all of this happening, you know, in the context of a renewed Cold War, if you may use that phrase, between Russia and the United States,
yes,
over the war in Ukraine, over Russian reserves, over whether to pay in dollars or pay in rubles, and all of that.
Yes.
You know, she may just find herself at the center. But it's good to have the support of our home government of the United States, you know, saying that she shouldn't be wrongfully held. Now that she may be looking at a jail time of about 10 years for the allegations that the Russians have brought against her. She's also being honored by the WNBA because it's obvious she may not be part of the upcoming season.
Yes.
But the WNBA has taken a decision to honor her with a floor decal in all the 12 teams, you know, showing a number 42, the number that she uses for the Phoenix Mercury club that she plays for. That's that. Ralph Rangnick, I thought you were going to talk about him. The man says he's not completely happy with his interim spell at Manchester United. He had hoped he would take Man U to the Champions League, but that hope is lost now. Okay? Sixth on the league table, and many players leaving because they'll be out of contract. But he then said that, look, every department of that team should be changed. That only 3 players should be saved, the 3 goalkeepers. He says that's the only department that is important. And I was wondering, if he's saying every department needs to be addressed, is he saying that Cristiano Ronaldo is also not good enough? In any case, he's been given a coaching job, Austria, right?
Austria, yes. Austria
in Austria, but he's going to combine that with consultancy for Man U. But he's right. Man U is one club that needs to be saved. Liverpool, well, it looks like they will do it. The quadruple that everybody has been expecting. But will they? And is it possible we'll have an All-English Champions League final on May 28th?
We'll find out
because
tonight.
Man City, you never know.
You'll find out tonight.
Real Madrid. Real Madrid.
We'll find out
it's formidable, but, let's see.
Okay.
So one thing for me, amongst okay, we have to wrap up now, but one thing for me amongst everything is the fact that when Jurgen Klopp is going to be done with Liverpool, when he decides to leave Liverpool, I think the Liverpool fans will have to pick between Klopp and Bill Shankly. Because he's stuff of legends.
But
And
the only time you start bringing that comparison on the table is if he does the unprecedented quadruple this season.
Shankly is still a cult hero, still a cult figure in Liverpool.
Yes.
But he's surpassed Shankly's Champions League win. He's done so well for I can't remember any Liverpool coach in recent time that has done so well, apart from the likes of Shankly, like Jurgen Klopp has done, and kudos to him.
Lyrical about
No, but Kenny Dalglish also.
Support if all doesn't work out for Chelsea.
I'm not potting. No, I'm not potting. I'm still a true blue. But when you see something, you say it. This guy's
and Chelsea.
Kenny Dalglish didn't do this well.
Well, thank you, Aaron the Baron. May the fourth be with you.